The Messi effect. MLS tickets have gone up 5 times, Miami social networks have grown 13 times, they have overtaken Chicago Bulls. The Messi effect has been calculated. Football in the USA will be divided into before and after Messi, Inter Miami owner Jorge Mas said. Is it an exaggeration or reality? Leo has not played a single match in the MLS so far, only in the League Cup, the tournament between the MLS teams and the Mexican Championship, but he has already influenced North American football. And it's not about 3.5 billion views of his presentation, that's what Beckham said, but he was clearly mistaken with the numbers. For Messi, players come to the MLS, for example, Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets. Griezmann thought about moving to the league. It is almost impossible to buy tickets for Inter Miami matches in MLS. Inter Miami and MLS have growing subscribers in social networks and buyers of broadcasts. Maybe Jorge Mas's words are too ambitious. MLS wants to be the main league in the world, but it's still far from the top 5 and seems to be inferior to Saudi Arabia, but because of Messi, soccer is really hard to ignore now. It seems that all these people have crossed the ocean. The greatest effect of Messi's arrival was, of course, his new club. In May, Inter had 1 million subscribers, second place in the MLS after Los Angeles Galaxy. Immediately after the first news about Leo's transition, the account's audience tripled. And in mid-June, when the transition was confirmed, Instagram broke 8 million. And after Leo's presentation in July, the club already had almost 10 million subscribers. After the first match, 12 million, after the second, almost 13. Below are a few confirmations. Effect 1. In social networks, Inter is the 5th most popular club in the USA, above only the NBA, and the 11th among football in the world. Messi's most obvious influence is subscribers on different platforms. Not only Inter Miami social networks have grown, they have taken off, but also MLS and David Beckham. 1.4 million people signed up for the co-owner of Inter in July 2023, usually no more than 1 million per month. It also helped future rivals. Usually, Cruz Azul receives 4,000 to 8,000 subscribers a month, in July 2023 -12,000, specifically on the day of the match against Inter Miami, plus 3,000 people. About 1,000 people sign up for Atlanta United a month, but in June and July 2023 -5,000 each, on the day of the match against Messi 1.5k. But PSG's Instagram fell from 71 to 67 million subscribers, the anti-effect of Messi after his departure. The fall stopped only on August 4th, the first time in the black over the summer. Now Inter Miami is one of the most popular clubs in the USA. He is the first in MLS by a margin, gaining more subscribers than any MLB and NFL club, the most popular sport in the USA, and more than almost all NBA clubs. Inter Miami in the USA is second only to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 16 million, Los Angeles Lakers, 23 million, and Golden State Warriors, 31.1 million. Such rapid growth has raised Inter in the football segment, 18th place in terms of audience on Instagram. Before Messi's arrival, the club was at the level of Lazio, Brighton, Valencia, Trabzonspor and Cruz Azul, and now it has bypassed Inter Milan, Fenerbahce and Corinthians. At least 60,000 people subscribe to Inter Miami every day. Only Real Madrid has a higher rate, on average, 80,000 subscribers per day for the last month. If the speed continues, then in 6 months 11 million more people will sign for Inter Miami, 23 million in total, and Beckham's club will become the 11th most popular in the world after Arsenal, surpassing Berisha, Flamengo, Al Nassr and Atletico. Effect 2. Inter Miami's revenues are also soaring. Tickets have gone up 5 times, contracts with sponsors, 3 times the growth of the audience immediately opened the money tap. According to Sportico, the average MLS club earns $57 million a year, in the NHL, $187 million, NBA, $303, MLB, $313, NFL, $545. Inter Miami is not a leader even in the MLS. In the 2022 season, the club earned $56 million. Jorge Mas, after Messi's transfer, expects annual revenue to double and predicts that the cost of the club will break through $1 billion. According to Sportico, for 2022, the average MLS team costs $582 million. The most expensive is Los Angeles, $900 million. It is curious that even with the doubling of Inter's income, it will not become more profitable. Even if Messi brings in $57 million, he will only recoup his salary, $50 to $60 million a year. And yet, at the expense of what is such growth? At least because of matchday earnings. According to Ticket IQ, the average cost of tickets for Inter Miami matches increased from $152 to $850, by 558%. But they can still be bought. The cheapest ticket for an MLS match with Messi costs $166, almost 16,000 rubles, the corner sector of the Miami Stadium at the Inter-Toronto game on September 20th. Sales of merch with Messi will also grow. Senior Director of Adidas Soccer in North America, Adidas dresses the entire MLS. Messi is a lifelong ambassador of the company. Thor Southard said on July 20th that the demand for Messi T-shirts is incredible, sales are breaking records, and they cannot be found in offline stores. But the main thing is the sponsorship potential. Thanks to Messi, Inter's commercial income can grow several times, so it was with PSG. After Leo's arrival, Inter has already updated the sponsor on its sleeve. Now it is the Swiss logistics company Frakt Group. The amount of the transaction is not reported, but it is about 3 times more than the previous one with the Zmana blockchain platform Effect 3. Messi affects the income of the entire league. Thanks to him, the Chicago Fire outsider will set a league record for matchday earnings, $10 million per match. Messi earns not only Inter Miami, but all the clubs that play against him. For Cincinnati, traditionally the main match of the season is against Columbus Crew. It is called the Ohio Derby or the Derby of Real Hell. Tickets are sold out in a few days, 17,000 are season tickets, the remaining 8,000 go on sale. But for the home game against Inter, all the seats were sold out at an affordable price in a day. There were tickets more expensive than $382. You can get to the away match against Orlando for $334, against the New York Red Bulls in New York, for $502, at Los Angeles in Los Angeles, prices from $663. But Chicago Fire, one of the poorest teams in the league and one of the stable outsiders, although this season is in the middle of the Eastern Conference, will earn the most on Messi, well, except Inter Miami. Chicago Fire hosts Inter Miami at Soldier Field Stadium. Usually the Chicago Bears NFL team plays there, which accommodates 60,000 people, although the upper tier is closed at the MLS because the stadium is not filled. On average, about 12,000 people come to the Chicago matches. A full stadium is waiting for Messi on October 4th. 40,000 tickets have already been sold. Of these, 8,000 were on June 7th, the day of the first rumors about Messi in Miami, and another 10,000 10 hours after the official announcement. Sources of The Athletic report that Chicago Fire can earn from $7 to $10 million on this match. This is more than for all the other games of the season combined, a league record for matchday revenue per event. Thanks to Messi, incomes will increase not only for Inter and its rivals. In MLS, not everyone plays 2 rounds with each other as in the RPL, but also for the rest. The reason is the unusual system of distribution of matchday income. All MLS clubs belong to the league, and the shares in the league belong to the club owners. Finances are centralized. The league cares about the income of all clubs, so everyone should give 10% of the income from the match day for the first 30,000 tickets. And if more than 30,000 people come to the match, then you need to share a third of all excess profits from attendance. So Chicago Fire will give several $1 million for the match against Messi for redistribution to the league. Messi influenced another important item of MLS income. Leo shared in stories, he has 481 million subscribers, a link to a subscription to the MLS broadcast. According to Sports Business Journal, the arrival of Messi and sharing in social networks brought the league almost 300,000 paid subscriptions. There were about 700,000, it became almost a million. So far, Messi's main effect is subscriptions, likes and ticket sales and broadcasts. But there will definitely be another one. And these are not the victories of Inter Miami. Gerardo Martino's team is the last in the Eastern Conference and is unlikely to even reach the playoffs. He is considering Inter Miami as a project, as a legacy, and I don't think many players look at the situation in a similar way. David Beckham conveys Messi's thoughts. Leo sees that he can not only change the image of football in this country, he can inspire the next generation. And there's no better way to do that than to go out on our field in Miami and get all the kids talking about it, watching and learning. He also strives to make football in the USA better. Leo is being talked about not only by the whole of Miami, but by the whole of America, the whole world. But this effect can be calculated only after many years.